Hi, today we are going to talk about line chart that shows trend for the last 3 years, grouped and color coded by calendar year. This is a very effective and powerful way of visualizing data. So let us see how we can do it. So let us first create a line chart with different line colors now. So that's what we're going to do. So again, we are going to create a line chart, and once we get the line chart, next thing we are doing again is the same thing, calendar year and calendar year month, next axis, and again we have sales in the y-axis. But this time what we are going to do is to add calendar year again legends. Now you can see that something has come up, which is that you are getting the different you're getting lines with different colors, but they are not joined. They're like there's a gap here, and that is because that this is showing trend for 2007, and this is showing trend for 2008, and showing trend for 2009. So those lines are separated. So how are we going to fill this particular, connect these lines that is between December 07 and Jan 08, or December 08 and Jan 09? So in order to do that, we need to create an overall sales from, trend from January to December, and ensure that these lines, individual lines, overlap that, and that if there's a gap, it gets connected. The gap gets connected in the process. So what we are going to do is there are two methods involved, and I'm going to show you the first method, and then followed by a second method, which I think is far elegant than compared to this method. So the first method is fairly simple. So we create three measures. We create one for sales 2007, which is pretty much you can see it here, for 2008 as well as 2009, and add it to the y-axis. So y-axis. So we remove the legend first. So that's what we're going to do, and then we add 2007. 2008 and 2009, and once you do that, you can already see that the lines have been connected, because this particular, these lines have overlapped the overall line sales trend. So all I'm then going to do is just make it a little bit different. So I'm going to go to the colors, make the sales one, which is overall as dark gray, and I'm just going to remove the legend, go to title. I don't want the title. I go to the y-axis, and the title I'm just going to say sales, and that's it, because we wanted sales, and that's about it. And so once we've got this, then what I can do is I can go to the error bars, and for every error bar I just say percentage, enable, remove the bar and put the error bands in there. So I'm going to repeat it for 2008 and 2007. And again for sales, I'm going to do the same thing, and percentage. And now you can see the error bands nicely. It's also nicely aligns itself to the colors of the error bands is similar to the line chart as well, and it looks nice. So this is method number one, and we are going to show you the method number two. Now let us create the line chart using the second method. Now in second method, we are going to create a calculated table as opposed to creating many measures. And this is a much more elegant solution because this is more of a generic solution. As you can see that if you have say multiple, for example, in my data set, I only got 3 calendar years that have sales, sales value. But if you have, big data sets may have multiple years of worth of data. In that case, would you create many measure for each and every year? Also, if you're going to do it for say a calendar year quarter or a half yearly or anything like that, then it's just basically you're just creating measures, many measures. So it is not a really a very elegant solution. So the best way is to create a more of a generic solution. So the calculated table is the correct way to go. So in this case, I'm creating a calculated table based on calendar year and calendar year quarter. So obviously I've got one for overall, a row for overall as well, so that I get the sales trend from the first from 2007 to 2009. And also what I do is I'm going to create a generic measure, and the calculated table, as you can see, is straightforward. Similarly, the measure that we are creating is also straightforward. As you can see it here, we are just using data lineage, which is CY all. Then we are just using all calendar year quarter and joining to the date calendar year quarter. So it's a pretty straightforward measure that we are creating. So next thing that we are going to do is to create the line chart. So the line chart now becomes fairly straightforward, but there's a slight trick that we still have to follow. A slight little trick. It's not too bad actually. It's actually, so we still use the calendar year from the x-axis to the x-axis, the date calendar year, mind you, and again use the calendar year month. Similar, that's the same thing that we are doing. Now, but for y-axis, we are going to use sales CY, and I'm just going to rename that to sales. Just makes it easy for me. But for the legend, we are going to use the calendar year from the CY table. So legend. So, but you can see it's nothing happened really. You can all see what's going on here, and sorry, I put this in the secondary axis. It should be primary axis. So like that. Because that overall CY all has overlap, the other lines. So all we're going to do is go to sort legend and make it sort descending. And now you can see that we have got the same effect as we got in method 1. So we're just going to go to the lines and the colors, and we're just going to change CY all to the gray that we want to. And we don't want legends. We don't want legends, and we don't even want title. We don't really care about title. So what then we can do in this case, it's also doing this like this. What we can then do is, and if you want to create error bars, all we need to do is go enable this by field adjust to percentage, remove the bar, use the error band, and you can see it's so easy to set the error bars as well. So the method 2 is elegant then as compared to method 1. But there is one advantage of method 1 over method 2, which is that the method 1, if you want, say, for different, if there's an uncertainty in the data, you want a different, error bands for different years, you can set it up easily. But because this being a more generic solution, it's a bit tricky. You have to probably create a measure and do it that way. But that's the only thing. But overall, I think this is a better solution. But it's up to you whichever you want to take. I think both will work fine. So here is how we do it for calendar year quarter. It's very similar to calendar year. As you can see, calendar year quarter, and I'm just using the method 2 and just the same steps. And yes, so yeah, that's how it looks like. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah, and you'll see more amazing videos next week. Thank you very much once again.